Hello everyone, and welcome back to week 2 of VDL. This is our third season of VDL. We're playing CommonBoi this week, and his team, the Salt Lake Garganacls. Yep, very tough battle. CommonBoi, obviously an incredible battler, so I'm kind of nervous about this one. We also don't have the greatest matchup. But yeah, let's get straight into CommonBoi's team. First of all, he has a Great Tusk, a Greninja, a Latias, an Empoleon. His Terror Captain, which can terrestrialize into any type, is Kilowattrel. He has a Fezandipity, a Volcarona, a Decidueye, an Ursaring, and an Avalugg. So yeah, a decently top-heavy team, but he has some pretty he probably has some of the best slow pointers, you know, like Avalugg, Ursaring, Decidueye, all strong guys. But yeah, let's get into the team that we are bringing for this week. First of all, we have Pituhui. I'm probably mispronouncing that as always. With the Galarian Slowking, we are running the Colberry this week just because I feel like that there is going to be a lot of knockoff spam from CommonBoi. It also allows us to take a knockoff from Great Tusk, if it's like predicting a Swip, allows us to take a hit from Greninja. Knockoff from Empoleon is also nice to take. That's really the main three that will hit us with dark moves that I'm trying to predict around. Our moveset here, we have Future Sight, Sludge Bomb, Toxic Spikes, and Chilly Reception. So I do think that the swap in to me is almost always going to be either like Latias or Empoleon. So just being able to put up a Future Sight when those are coming in is very nice, because if they are forced to swap, they will take damage on a big threat. We are very Spidef this week, I also mentioned. We have Sludge Bomb, obviously to deal some damage, also get some poisons. It also obviously is pretty nice. It doesn't hit anything super effectively, but it just does nice damage overall. Toxic Spikes are real nice. Obviously, Fezandipity could be an absorber. He also has Rapid Spin Avalugg potential and Rapid Spin Great Tusk, but it does force those guys in. Great Tusk really doesn't want to be in front of us, obviously, because it would crumble to a Psyche move. And Avalugg doesn't really like special moves in general, so that's nice. He also has Default Decidueye, which probably could be the main one, but that also doesn't especially like that. And then finally, we have Chilly Reception to swap around, and regen just to, get some regenerating HP. Next up, we have our Scarfed Kyurem, which pairs very nicely with the Cloaking. We can get that slow Chilly Reception out into our Scarfed Kyurem, and then start doing a lot of damage with our Blizzards, which are very strong this week. Obviously, his main resists are the Empoleon and the Gren. Gren is like not the most Spidef one. Also Avalugg I didn't mention, but that's not the most Spidef one, so take a lot of damage. Volcarona, if it is Spidef bulky, will also take a good amount of damage. Empoleon I do think will be his main check, which is why we are running both Earth Power and Focus Blast. Earth Power is real nice because obviously he has that neutral into the two main checks I do think are going to be around, which are Empoleon and the Volcarona. Focus Blast just does a lot of damage if we need that extra damage on Empoleon, just because I don't think Earth Power quite two shots if he is Spidef. And then Draco is obviously a very strong move in general, also does a lot of damage to stuff like the Latias. If that's in front of us, and just hits everything in general, because the only main swap in there is Fezandipity. He could also be Spidef Fezandipity, but that also is nice on the Earth Power. So yeah, next up we have our I need to see the item. Salakberry, the Tornado's area. It's a very interesting set. We are bulk up this week with knockoff Brick Break Acrobatics. Our whole idea behind this is if we can get a bulk up and get our Salakberry pop, we should outspeed the entire team outside of the Kilowattrel, which is real nice, and just be able to do massive amounts of damage with our moveset. Obviously, Brick Break allows us to break potential screens if they do come. Knockoff is real nice into things like the Latias, which could be a check, into the Decidueye, it's like a neutral hit into that. In general, getting rid of items or stuff like a Kilowattrel if it is Scarfed, which would be the only way it outspeeds us. We can get rid of that on the swap potentially. We can get rid of stuff like Empoleon items or Corona items. We don't want to get Flame Body, but that's fine. And then final move is Acrobatics, which does a lot of damage. It hits a Great Tusk really hard, hits a Great Ninja real hard, hits a Latias real hard. If Kilowattrel Terrors hits that really well, hits Fezandipity really well, super effective on Volcarona and Decidueye, and hits Ursaring and the Avalugg pretty well. So yeah, very nice. I don't think he brings Avalugg, to be honest, but that would be the main check to this set. And on paper, you always think of Torn as a special one, so maybe we'll catch him there. Next up, we have our Regieleki. We are running the Life Orb, and we are very offensive Thunderbolt, Terra Blast, Ancient Power, Volt Switch. Now, we do not have a Terra type. Obviously, this isn't a Terra Captain, but Terra Blast is very nice coverage. It hits that Great Tusk, it hits that Great Tusk really well, which is like the main swap in, which I do think is going to be around. Also, hits the Kilowattrel real nice, which is why we have Ancient Power. Terra Blast into Ancient Power always kills. Ancient Power will also hit the Decidueye, which could also be his main check. It's like a Spidef Decidueye. And the Volt Switch is just for switching around, which is always real nice. I do think we do a lot of damage, and if we get an Ancient Power boost, we can potentially sweep with this in the late game. Next up, we have a Mannequin, the Quaquaval, and running Protective Pads this week because we do not want to get flame bodied by that Volcarona, or we don't want to deal with any like helmets from something like a Pheasantipity, which could be very scary. We are running Aqua Step, Close Combat, Ice Spin, and Swords Dance. I think it's a very strong set. Into his team, Aqua Step hits a lot of things like the Tusk and Volcarona, Pheasantipity, Kilowattrel, just allows us to get that speed as well. And then Fighting Move is very, very strong into stuff that wants to check the water moves, stuff like the Empoleon and the Greninja. And then finally we need something to hit that Decidueye, and that is why we are carrying the Ice Spinner. Also does pretty well into the Latias, which resists both false stabs as well. This is like kind of like a potential sweep option in the back. I do think this is very strong. Next, and then finally we have our Terra Captain this week. We are Terra Ground on the Crocodile, doubling up on our stab. We actually are defensive once again with the Citrus Berry, running Earthquake, Knockout, Dragon Tail, Stealth Rock. I do think I really like Stealth Rocks in this game, and I do think if we can get it up in the right scenario, we can make it quite difficult for him to remove them. Dragon Tail is just there to, like, if he wants to go into his removers, we can Dragon Tail them out. Before they have a chance to try and go for it, we can just generally fish for damage. Maybe if he's not boots on the Volcarona and he's planning to keep them off the ground, we could catch that, taking 50%, which would be real nice. Knockoff is just in general getting rid of items, is always good. And then Earthquake with our Terra Ground, we do a lot of damage with it. So yeah, this is our mainly, I think this is mainly here for Great Tusk as well, so we remove the fighting weakness, which is very, very important. So yeah, that is the team for week 2, and I'll see you lot all in the battle. Hello everyone, and welcome back to week 2 of VDL, where we're taking on Mr. CommonBoi. We are Terra Ground Crook, and he is a Terra Flying Kilowattrel, so we do know at least one of his Pokemon. Let's see what he brings. There we go, there's our opponent. We do see the Terra Flying Kilowattrel, we see Great Tusk, we see Latias, we do see the Empoleon, we do see Gren, and we do see Volcarona, so... no Pheasantipity is nice, no Earthring, no Avalugg, and no Decidueye, so interesting. Brings only the Spinning Tusk as removal. We could just lead the Crook, it's not too bad into his Mons. Regieleki actually looks pretty solid into this team, with no Decidueye around. The other option is just to lead the Slowking. That is our special wall of choice. You can do a lot of damage. The other option is to lead the Kyurem. This is kind of a very tough lead to do. I do kind of like... I don't think I want to lead with the Taunt. I think I want to lead with the Croak. I don't want to activate competitive Empoleon though. So I do think I'm going to lead Regieleki. This could be interesting. The other option is to... this is such a tough lead. I think I'm going to lead Slowking. Let's do it. This could be a really rough lead. We'll have to wait and see. There is no Fez, which means T-Spikes are kind of deadly into this team, which is why I kind of want to lead the Slowking. This is a very scary 6 to have to deal with. He leads the Great Tusk. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. I do think this thing can just obliterate me. Kinda wish I led what I wanted to lead now. This thing will just obliterate me with a Headlong Rush. My options are actually really, really bad. I should have led the Crocodile like I wanted to. My best option is to go Condor, I do think. Condor does not do too much damage to this. Ice Spinner does a lot. If he is max attack. I almost want to call... It's such a hard call early on. The other option is just to go Crocodile. You could go for the mid-ground play. I'm going to go into my boy early. This will do a lot of damage, if it does. click Ice Spinner. He does immediately click Knockoff, which is very, very saddening, but it does mean our Acrobatics is active. Woo! We can calc damage here. 143, looks like. Uh, 143. It looks about a roll from max attack. Knockoff. I almost want to bulk up. We don't have the speed anymore, which is really, really rough into this team. I'm just going to bulk up here. He's going to withdraw into what? Should have gone straight for the knockoff then. Killer Watchful is scary. This set is kind of useless into his team, so I might just honestly click knockoff here. At +1 and hope he goes for the prediction. U-turn. Volt switch would probably kill me. Yeah, it would. Hurricane would not kill us unless he Terras. Well, he is Terra flying, so that is obviously a big option for him. Has not made a choice yet. We would not kill quite with the Reggie, like he does go straight for the Terra flying. Which is a very good play from him. And he goes straight for the Hurricane and hits it. That's unfortunate. I know he has been unfortunate with missing moves recently, so good to see him hit one. We are just gonna go into Scarf Kiram, right? And threaten a big hit. I almost want to go for the prediction. Draco isn't the worst since he didn't bring a fairy. I will look and actually see if I kill though. Yeah, losing this super early is like super rough. Hurricane, if he's max special attack, does 55.5. Draco would always kill. If he's offensive, Napoleon is super free for him. Does he win power? That's the question. I doubt it. I'm just going to go straight for the Draco here. He does withdraw. Is it into the Empoleon? It is into the Empoleon. Should have made the double there. That's fine. Takes a decent chunk. Do we see item? We do not see like leftovers or anything. How much did he take exactly? Just over 20%, which tells me he does have a good amount of bulk. Just looks like max HP, to be honest. If I had to guess. Could be a roll from max HP. This is a tough one, actually. I think I'm going to go into Pituhui, who is a bird and not a swear word. I swear, I promise. It isn't meant to be a swear word. I actually got flagged for this, that's why there's a 0 in the name instead of an O. But yeah, this game is looking very, very rough immediately. Immediately looking not the best. T-spikes could be crucial. He's just gonna flip turn, yeah, that's a good play. Oh my god, huge crit. I will say, luck's not going our way so far. He hit a hurricane and he crit us with a flip turn. Making up for all those... that bad talk. Yeah, and here comes Great Tusk for free, and I just lose the game because I don't have a ground swapping anymore. My ground swapping is crook. And he goes straight for the Earthquake. Interesting. Good amount of damage from him. I think I'm going to get my rocks up here. As I do get my Terra off. He could very easily go Greninja and just be terrifying. But do you want to take a ground move from me? I need to play this very, very carefully. So he has Earthquake and thing. He could very... I do think this is probably a V-Tusk, if I had to guess. I do want rocks to chip down the Kilo. That would be ideal. He's going to withdraw, which is nice. We do get our rocks up, because that is a spinner. And it is going to be Volcarona. This would be very terrifying if we do let it Quiver Dance. We would do a lot of damage. I thought the rocks flicked back. I was like, when did this thing get done? We could go straight for the Dragon Tail here. Do you kind of like that play? I think I am going to go for it on the off chance he does click Quiver Dance. Intrigued that Volcarona is his Crocodile swapping. He does U-turn. That's very fine. I don't mind at all. He doesn't have Pheasantipity, so we are going to Dragon Tail something in here. He is U-turn. Interesting. Probably Boots, if I had to guess. I do hope Tusk comes out here, so we can just send it flying. It is Tusk. Okay, beautiful. Does take a bit of rocks. And by you go, that is a defensive Tusk. He is Helmet. And that pops our Citrus Berry, woo. So he's Helmet Tusk, which is actually very good for Regieleki. What are we going to see come out? It is going to be Kilo. Are we going to see it take rocks? It is Boots Kilo, okay. Well, this is not ideal at all. We could go Razor Bill. Oh, it's just I don't have Swap In's the fighting move from Tusk after we do this. We know he's Boots. We know he is Boots. How do I use that information? Do I die to the Kilowatt Troll? I'm almost certain I do, because this is definitely timid. Terrifying Hurricane to 70.7 to my Crook slot. There is a single roll that I live, the absolute minimum roll. I don't want to go for it. I think I'm going to double to cure him. I need chip. That is my issue right now. He's just going to click a Hurricane. And he's probably going to hit it. He's going to U-turn, okay. Interesting. Are we going to see the Empoleon hit the field? I do think this scares away Tusk from coming out, which is really nice. So you do know he's Boots on that. Empoleon does hit the field, okay. You could very easily click a Focus Blast here. Focus Blast has a roll to kill. which I very much enjoy. If it's max HP though, I do think it is physical. Yeah, there's definitely a roll to kill. I'm gonna click it. Let's see if we're getting lucky. We do! Hey! And he has got some spadef that I did not expect. He knocks off our scarf, I'll take it. That actually lets me Draco here and kill this, or click an Earth Power, one of the two. Looks like we didn't get the roll, which is unfortunate. Where do I want to go here? Blizzard? I don't want to miss. But I don't want to reveal more of what I said. I'm not. Oh, he shook up! Please. Yes! Okay, Empoleon's dead. If we do see Great Tusk hit the field, I am staying in and clicking a Blizzard. Because you are bulky. So you see an Earth Power, Focus Blast, and Draco. He probably knows the last move is Blizzard. Empoleon's dead, which means there's some great check to this. Oh, we do see Latias hit the field. And take a what? Probably going to click at Draco, potentially. Rough situation to be in, because this is my check. If he goes to -2, that could be my opportunity to set up some T-spikes. I'm gonna click Draco. He's gonna Draco me, which is very, very fair. Should have gone into my Slowking. Bit of a misplay. I was hoping he would go for the setup though. This is actually really, really tough. I think it's going to be extremely difficult to find a way back into this game now. I really want to predict with an Earthquake here. And I'm going to go for it. I think this is the moment where I have to make a read and read the Great Tusk swap in. He does withdraw. Please don't be Killer. It is Tusk. Okay, so we get that call right. Although I don't even think we're going to KO with 2 of these. Yeah, no one there. How do I put myself in a position to win this game anymore? I think I have the Dragon Tail. Even if he does spin her. He just close combats, okay. That's a very solid play. I should have just EQ'd. He doesn't have spin. I need a good swap in here. I need some fortune. It's Volk, which is most definitely Boots. Yeah. I think Latias is specs. I know Killer wasn't scarfed, but Gren is probably scarfed. I think I have to spam Dragon Tails. I'm gonna EQ. He Fiery Dances, that's super free. Don't get the boost. He gets the boost. Okay, yeah, that's unfortunate. So he's fast. We learned that at least. Do we go for an ancient power now? On the bright side, Tusk is chipped. I'm gonna go for an ancient power. When in doubt, ancient power it out. Can I get the boost? No. Here comes big Tusk. How much is he at exactly? It looks like a KO to me. I'm gonna click it. We dead the KO on Tusk. Regieleki putting in some late game work here. Getting rid of Tusk. I just need to chip things enough to be in a position where Quaquaval can sweep at the end. I need to get an Aqua Step. Latias is going to be such a close roll. Although it is offensive, so maybe not. You never know, especially with the chip it's taken. He goes into the Lottie. Okay. Which is the right place to be. If you are offensive... Oh, if you're scarfed though, I think I lose. Because he'll know that I have bulk. How much choice scarf investment did you have though? Just a mist ball probably clears me out, right? Yeah, it does. My Volt Switch will do a decent chunk, I think. He's not scarfed. Okay, I should have just gone for Terra Blast damage then. I have to hope he drops a Draco here. I'm just going to go into Slowking and try and Chilly Reception. He missed falls, okay. Is he specs? Doesn't look like it. This is rough. This is real rough. I'm gonna Chilly. He recovers. Oh no, he's bulky. I needed to go for a Sludge Bomb there. How much is Terrabloss doing? Because Volt Switch did like nothing. If he's bulky, I do more with Thunderbolt and I get a chance to paralyze. Yeah, and that's about the amount that I'm expecting to do. He's gonna kill me with a Mist Ball here. Yeah, it hits it too. Unfortunate. Just super tough for me to break through. If he's not super offensive, does he kill me with the Mist Ball? Zero special attack does 88.6 to 104. Do I have to go for a roll here? I mean, Draco probably just does more and kills me. Am I being silly? Draco does less. Okay. I'll Aqua Step. Please don't have offense investment. You have offense investment or I lost a roll. One of the two. Probably you had yourself offense investment. And it's big GG's. GG's. Nothing I can do. I will just click Sludge Bombs until I die, but I'm probably going to get Mist Ball dropped, knowing my luck. Oh, it didn't. Wow. I mean, he has Recover, so there's no point. I'm just spamming for poison. Yeah, see, Recover. There's a special attack drop. Oh, crit. I don't think it matters. He's just going to recover it off, yeah. I would have needed the poison for it to matter, because I'm just going to do 30% here. No poison! Woo! Should have got my T-Sparks up early. Yeah, I definitely could have played this game a lot better, but I do think that this was like always gonna be extremely difficult for me on paper. I will never poison. He's just not a poisonous individual. I lied, he is a poisonous individual. But he's the type of poisonous individual that dies. And the crit for salt in the wound! It didn't matter. But yeah, GG's to CommonBoi, played very, very well. We have not played great. That one was definitely a game we didn't play well. Last week we got Hackstar, this one we got outplayed. But yeah, GG's to CommonBoi. Well played by him. I guess I'll see you all next week for week 3. Bye-bye.